Okay, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is El Maestro. Kumusta kayong lahat? And I hope everyone is okay. So for today's video, pag-uusapan natin is rationalization of denominator. Okay? So if handa na kayo, let's do this. So rationalization of denominator. But before we proceed to the topic itself, unang-una, I will just give you, bibigyan ko muna kayo ng activity, okay? Let's say for example, I have number 3. Okay, kasi kailangan natin ito mamaya, no? As our discussion progress. So, meron ako dito number 3. What do you think is the number na pwede nating i-multiply sa 3 para magiging perfect square siya? Okay? So, I hope alam nyo yung mga perfect square na number. So, we have 4 perfect square na number. We have 4, 16, 25, 36, no? Those are perfect square numbers. So, in this, meron tayong 3. Ano yung number na pwede nating i-multiply ka 3? Ano yung number na pwede nating i-multiply sa 3 para magiging perfect square? So, if we multiply 3 by 3, we will have 9. So, 9 is a perfect square, right? So, importante ito mamaya. So, meron tayong 3. So, minultiply natin sa 3. Nagkaroon tayo ng perfect square na number. Okay? So, let's say for example, ano yung i-multiply natin sa 2 para magiging perfect cube? This time, cube. So, I hope alam niyo yung mga numbers na perfect cube. So, we have 8, 27, no? Those are the perfect cube na number. And meron din tayong video dyan, separate video regarding perfect squares, okay, and cubes. So, we multiply 2 by 4 so that we will have 8. Okay? So, 8 is a perfect cube. Okay? Again, mamaya, kailangan natin yan. So, kung babalik rin natin, halimbawa, meron tayong 4, ano yung i-multiply natin sa 4 para magiging perfect cube? So, we'll have times 2, that is equal to 8. So, the same thing pag variable. Let's say, for example, x. Ano yung i-multiply natin kay x para magiging perfect cube? So, we multiply it by x squared so that we will have x cubed. Diba? So, if we have x, kailangan natin x squared multiply para magiging x cubed. Okay? This is the law of exponent. Okay? You can check my YouTube channel. Meron tayong separate video with that. Okay? So, next, y squared. Ay yung i-multiply natin sa y squared para magiging perfect cube. Okay, we will multiply that one by y. So, we will have y cube. So, the same thing, x. Ano yung i-multiply natin kay x para magiging perfect square? So, we will multiply x by x so that we will have a perfect square x squared. Okay? So, ito, we will need this one later in rationalizing a denominator. So, dapat alam natin ano yung mga number na i-multiply natin para magkaroon tayo ng perfect number. Okay? So, we will now proceed in rationalizing denominator. So, according to this, in order to rationalize denominator, so meaning, since merong denominator, this is a fraction. We need to get rid of all radicals that are in the denominator. So, meaning, dapat sa fraction natin, wala tayong radical sa as denominator natin. Kasi, pag meron yan, dapat i-rationalize natin. So, ito yung purpose bakit tayo magra-rationalize, no? To get rid of the radicals sa denominator natin. So, I'll give you an example. Let's say, for example, 2 over square root of 25. Okay? So, alam natin, merong radical sa denominator. Dapat mawala yung radical sa denominator. So, in this case, madali siya because 25 is a perfect square. Meaning, merong square root si 25, which is, okay, 2 over 5 because square root of 25 is equal to 5. So, this is our answer because, tingnan nyo yung denominator, wala na tayong radical. Ito yung purpose natin. Dapat mawala yung radical sa denominator. So, in this case, sabi ko nga, mas madali kasi perfect square yung 25. But, what if ganito? 2 over square root of 3. Alam natin 3 is not a perfect cube. So, meaning, walang square root si 3. If meron man, irrational, and we don't need that. Okay? Kailangan yung number na meron tayo rational. I mean, whole number, no? Dapat perfect square. Okay? So, anong gagawin natin? First is, we will multiply the numerator. Imo-multiply daw natin itong numerator 2 and denominator 3 by a radical. So, imo-multiply natin by a radical. That will get rid of the radical in the denominator. So, imo-multiply daw natin itong both numerator and denominator by a radical para mawala itong radical na nasa baba. So, meaning, we need a perfect square. Since this is a square root, we need a perfect square number na nasa loob para mawala yung radical. So, ano yung i-multiply natin sa 3 ngayon? Since this is square root, pag square root, so we need perfect square. Right? So, anong i-multiply natin ngayon sa 3 para magiging perfect square? So, in our earlier example, we multiplied it by 3. So, this time, kung square root siya, you multiply that one by also square root of 3. So, pag square root dito, dapat square root din. Kung cube root, dapat cube root din. Okay? So, square root of 3, both numerator and denominator. So, you multiply also the numerator. Okay? So, always ganito. Pag ano yung minultiply mo sa numerator, the same thing ang gagawin mo sa denominator. Kung ano yung minultiply mo sa denominator, is the same na imumultiply mo sa numerator. So, we will now multiply. That is equal to, so we know, 3 times 3, okay? So, if you don't know how to do this, meron tayong law of radicals, may video tayo, you visit, tingnan nyo sa link, ilalagay ko yung mga link sa description, yung mga need na mga video na mapanood nyo, especially law of radicals, okay? So, we have 3 times 3, so you have square root of 9. Then this one, hindi pwede ma-multiply. Again, we will have also separate video, yung multiplying radicals. So, this time, so we will have 2 square root of 3. So, hindi pwedeng i-multiply si 2 sa loob ng 3. Okay? So, you just copy 2 and copy square root of 3. Okay? So, this time, yung denominator natin is a perfect square na. Okay? So, square root of 9, so that is equal to, square root of 9 is 3. Then this sa taas, okay, wala na tayong pwedeng magawa dyan sa taas, you just simply copy that one. So, yun yung first step, no? Numerator and denominator, you multiply by a radical that will get rid of the radical. So, next step natin is make sure all radicals are simplified. So, in this case, ang meron na lang radical is square root of 3. This time, hindi na, this is the simplest form. Okay? Kasi wala namang factor si 3 na pwedeng magiging perfect square. Okay? So, last is, simplify the fraction if needed. Okay? So, 2 over 3, hindi na pwedeng ma-divide. So, we will leave that na ganito. So, our answer is 2 square root of 3 over 3. Okay? So, another example. Again, don't forget, we get rid of the radicals. Okay, halimbawa ganito. 3 over cube root of 2. So, this one, cube root na. Kanina, square root. This one, cube root. So, anong gagawin? Multiply numerator and denominator by a radical. That will get rid of the radical in the denominator. Again, this is cube root. So, meaning, we need a perfect cube dito sa loob para matanggal natin yung radical. So, anong number yung pwede natin i-multiply sa 2 para maging perfect cube? So, we multiply that one. Sabi ko nga, pag cube root, dapat cube root din. So, cube root of 4. Okay? Because 2 times 4 is 8 and 8 is a perfect cube. So, later makikita natin yan. So, again, sabi ko, kung ano yung i-multiply natin sa denominator, the same with the numerator. So, we multiply now. That becomes, okay, so 2 times 4, that is cube root of 8. then copy 3, and copy cube root of 4. Bakit copy? Kasi hindi naman yan pwedeng ma-multiply. Okay? Hindi pwedeng ma-multiply yung nasa labas at nasa loob ng radicals. Okay? Next. So, next is, isi-simplify na natin. So, what is the cube root of 8? Cube root of 8 is 2. Then copy 3 cube root of 4. Okay? So, again, make sure that all radicals are simplified. So, wala tayong cube root ng 4. Okay na tayo dyan. And simplify the fraction. So, 3 over 2. Okay na din tayo dyan. So, our answer is 3 cube root of 4 over 2. Okay, let's have this. Okay, lalagay ko na lang yung steps dito sa gilid and we will have another example. Ito. So, you have 7 square root of 3 over 2 square root of 7. So, if napansin nyo kanina, yung meron lang tayo, ito. Okay, wala tayong corresponding number. Ito lang yung kanina, yung may square root lang. At this time, meron na tayong 2. Anong gagawin natin? Always focus sa goal. Okay, kahit iwan yung pamilya, joke lang. So, always focus, sabi nga dito, i-get rid natin yung radical. So, we only need the radical na mawala. Okay? So, this time, ano yung pwede nating i-multiply sa 7 para magiging perfect square since this is square root? So, we multiply that one by square root of 7. Okay? Bakit, El Maestro? Bakit wala ng 2? Kasi hindi naman natin kailangan yan i-alis. Because wala naman yung radical. Ang kailangan lang natin matanggal yung radical. Okay? So, we will find a number na i-multiply natin sa 7 para magiging perfect square, which is 7 itself. So, multiply natin both numerator and denominator. Okay, this time, yung mga nasa labas, i-multiply. Ang nasa loob, i-multiply. So, we have, since wala, you copy 2. And 7 times 7, you have 49. Okay? In this case, ganun pa rin. 7 times, since wala sa labas, you just simply copy 7. Then 3 times 7. That is 7 square root of 21. Okay? So, i-multiply mo lang yung nasa loob. This one, 3 times 7. So, you have 21. Just copy 7. Copy mo lang yung 7. Kasi wala naman siyang kung merong 2 dito, i-multiply mo yan sa 2. Okay? Nakuha. Okay, next. So, after that one, doon na tayo sa denominator. Okay? So, simplify natin. Make sure the radicals are simplified. So, let's have, okay, equal to, what is the square root of 49? So, 2. Just copy 2. Then, square root of 49 is 7. So, after i-square root natin yan, i-multiply natin sa labas. So, we have now 7. Because square root of 49 is 7. So, you will have 2 times the square root of 49. So, that is 2 times 7. Okay? So, copy yung nasa taas. Okay? So, multiply 2 times 7. You will have 14. 7 square root of 21. And always make sure, sabi niya, make sure radicals are simplified. So, wala na tayong factor ng 21 na magiging perfect square, but meron tayong simplify the fraction if needed. Pwedeng masimplify yung fraction kasi 7 over 14, so this is divisible by 7, this is also divisible by 7. So 7 divided by 7 and 14 divided by 7 magiging, okay, 2, 14 divided by 7 is 2, and 7 divided by 7 is 1, kaya matitira dyan is 21 na lang. Okay, simplifying fraction. So, this time, na-simplify na yung fraction, wala nang fraction, this is now our answer. So, square root of 21 over 2. So, ganun lang kasimple. We have to get rid of the radicals. Okay, so next example tayo. Okay, ito. So, tinanggal ko na yung rules. I-remember nyo lang, or if nakalimutan mo, just play it backwards. So, para makita nyo yung rules on how to rationalize this. Okay? So, this time, hanap tayo ng number and variable na i-multiply natin sa dalawa para magiging perfect cube. Kasi, cube root to. So, So this is, ano yung number mo multiply natin sa 3 para magiging cube root? So that is 9. Then ano yung i-multiply natin sa x para magiging cube root? X squared. Okay? So the same, kung ano yung minultiply sa denominator, the same yung i-multiply sa numerator. Then multiply. So multiply, so 3 times 9 is 27. X times x squared is x cubed. Okay? So ito. Okay, we'll just pakita lang natin. So 3 times 9 is 27. X times x squared is x cubed. Okay? So dito na tayo sa taas. 2 times 9. So that is 18. So just copy x squared kasi wala namang variable sa kabila. So just copy x squared. So cube root pa rin. Nakuha? So we will now simplify. So that is equal to cube root of 27 is 3. Then cube root of x cube is x. Okay? So we will have 3x. Again, if you have questions, doon tayo sa simplifying radicals, meron tayong video nun. Okay? So i-visit lang natin. So this one, wala nang factor yung 18 na may perfect cube, so we just simply copy that one. So this is our answer. Get rid of the radicals. I mean, simplify the radicals if needed. So wala na. Fraction, wala na. So this is our answer. Okay? This is now our answer. Okay? Balik lang natin. So another example. So this time, what if yung denominator natin may radical pero dalawang terms, no? Merong x plus square root of 3. Dalawang term. Ang question natin ngayon, paano natin matatanggal tong radical dito? Okay? So we cannot multiply this one by square root of 3 itself. Okay? So anong gagawin natin? So meron tayong tinatawag na conjugate. So what is a conjugate? So before that one, erase ko muna to. Okay? Balik natin. So meron tayong tinatawag na conjugate. So alamin na muna natin ano yung conjugate, ha? Okay. So conjugate, the conjugate is where we change the sign in the middle of the two terms like this. Look. So if we have x plus square root of 3, ito yung denominator natin kanina. Sabi ng conjugate, i-change daw yung sign ng middle. Just copy, tapos i-change nyo lang yung sign sa gitna. So, kung hahanapin natin ang conjugate ng x plus square root of 3, you will have x minus square root of 3. So, meaning ito yung conjugate. So, bakit kailangan natin ng conjugate? Kasi kailangan matanggal natin yung radical. Paano? You can check my video regarding perfect square trinomial, yung factoring. Makikita nyo doon ano yung purpose bakit ganito. So yun yung difference of two squares. Okay, meron tayong mga video yung mga factoring natin, and specific or especially yung difference of two square. But we more on that. Let's continue here. So kailangan natin conjugate kasi i-multiply natin yung original natin na binomial sa conjugate niya. Anong mangyayari? Ganito lang yung kasimple. If we multiply the conjugate to its original, which is x plus square root of 3, ang gagawin natin, if i-foil natin to, ang result nito is we just simply square each term. Meaning, kukunin lang natin yung square ng first term. So, ang first term natin is x. So, anong square ni x? So, we have x squared. Okay? And this time, since two terms sila, meron tayong operation dito. It is always minus. Always remember, minus yan always. Then, kunin din natin yung square ng second term. So, that is 9. Diba? Squared of 3, that is 9. So, ganito yung result. I-multiply natin yung conjugate na yan sa original. This will always be the result. Okay? So, this time, copy x squared minus, what is the square root of 9? The square root of 9 is 3. So, meaning, if i-multiply natin yung dalawa, pwede nating matanggal yung radical. Okay? So, we just need the conjugate of that expression, then we multiply it to it to its original. Okay? So another example, let's say for example, we have square root of 3 minus square root of 12. So alam mo, conjugate, we'll just write that one, then change the sign. Okay? From positive, gawin nating negative. Okay? Then this time, i-multiply natin. Sabi ko kanina, pag i-multiply natin yung conjugate at yung original niya, we will just simply square this one. So that is square root of 3, that is squared 9. I mean, if we square this one, that is square root of 9. 3 squared is 9. Minus, always minus. I-square din natin tong 2. What is the square of 2? 4. So we have square root of 4. So this time, perfect square na yung dalawa. So we have square root of 9, we have 3, minus square root of 4, that is 2. So 3 minus 2, that is equal to 1. So natanggal na natin yung radical. Yun yung pinaka-importante sa lahat. Kasi sabi nga dito, we need to get rid of all the radicals. And this is only applicable pag square root yung binomial natin. Okay? Katulad nito, puro square root, walang problema ito. Walang square root, pero the other one meron, so pwedeng conjugate gamitan natin. Pag hindi, it's another story. Okay? So balik tayo doon sa example natin kanina, 4 over x plus 3. So we'll just simply multiply that one, the denominator by the radical or by the conjugate. So i-multiply natin yung numerator and denominator sa conjugate to get rid of the radical in the denominator. So meaning, we multiply it by conjugate x minus 3, right? Over x minus 3. So that is equal to, so multiply, alam natin x squared, di ba? We just simply get the square minus get the square, then multiply. So we have 4 times x minus 3. So 4 times x minus 3. So equal to, okay, x squared minus square root of 9, that is 3. Then, you have copy that one. You can distribute. Pwede mong i-distribute yan to multiply like this. Okay, 4 times x. So you have 4x. And you have 4 times square root of 3. So you have 4 square root of 3. Or you can have it as your answer later on. Okay? Pero ito, pwede rin ganito. Okay? So make sure all the radicals are simplified. Wala na tayong radical. Ito na lang sa taas. Then, walang problema. Wala namang perfect square yung 3 factor. Then, simplify the fraction if needed. So, we don't have a fraction needed to be simplified. So, this is now the answer. So, the answer is, erase lang natin. The answer is 4 minus x. 4x minus 4 square root of 3 over x squared minus 3. Or pwede na to. You can just have it 4 times x minus 3. X minus square root of 3. Okay, another example. So 4 over 2 plus square root of 2. Again, multiply by the conjugate. So multiply natin 2 minus square root of 2 over 2 minus square root of 2. Conjugate nito. Okay. After that one, we multiply. That is equal to, kunin natin ang square. 2 squared is 4. Then, square root of 2 squared, we have square root of 4. Always minus yung sa gitna. Okay? Then, multiply. So, 4 times 2 minus square root of 2. Okay? That is equal to, copy natin. 4 minus square root of 4 is 2. Then, copy sa taas. So, we'll have, make sure all the radicals are simplified. So, simplified na yan. So, simplify the fraction if needed. Ito yung ano natin. So, tingnan natin. Isi-simplify natin yung fraction. So, we'll have 4 minus 2 is 2. So, and you have 2. 4 times 2 minus square root of 2. This time, pwede yung i-divide. 4 divided by 2, that is equal to 2 square root of 2 times 2 minus square root of 2. Okay? Because 4 divided by 2 is 2. Okay? This is the answer. Or, you can also multiply this one. Okay? You can also distribute that one. So, 2 times 2 is 4. And you have 2 times square root of 2. So, your answer is 4. That is 2 times 2 minus 2 times square root of 2. So, this is your answer. So, So ito lang, ganito lang kasimple mag-rationalize ng denominator. So basta yung pinaka-rule natin or pinaka-aim natin is matanggal natin yung radical na nasa denominator. Again, guys, thank you for watching. Again, this is El Maestro. Salamat sa support nyo sa YouTube channel ko. Thank you for always watching. I hope natulungan ko kayo sa lesson nyo sa araw-araw. I mean, sa lesson nyo sa subject nyo sa mathematics. Okay? Once again, please don't forget to like my channel, share the video to your classmates and friends, and don't forget to subscribe para updated ka always sa aking channel. Once again, this is El Maestro. Thank you and goodbye.